internet, how you guys doing? Kim and Chris back with another episode of Rambling Tea Time.
Hey guys, what's going on? What's going on with you, Kim?
Life is going on with me. Have you been up to anything recently?
Nothing spectacular of late, but yeah. What about you? What have you been doing? I know you've been catching up on your language studies recently.
I have, yeah. Um, yeah, it's going well. I've been using what do you call it? Those language learning apps, the language exchange apps where
You
you talk
need
with people.
the language exchange. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. How's that
Um,
been working for you?
it's good, I guess. Sometimes though, should I call out language learning apps? Is it okay to do
I
that?
mean, you're the expert on them.
I'm not like going to throw shade or anything on
But
them. It's just that sometimes you find that the exchange is not very equal.
oh. Let me guess. This is because like different levels of people are using the programs, and
It's not, well, yeah, it's like that. So you really have to find a partner who will let you talk and listen to you and correct you, and then
mm,
you do the same as well. Sometimes there are people who just want to talk the entire time in their language,
mm,
perhaps.
I see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So sometimes it can be uneven. I think that's something that some people have experienced, but I went back to using Hello Talk because
Hmm.
I have used Hello Talk for a couple years now. And when I went back this year, a few months ago, I found that they got this new feature. It's like an open call feature.
Oh,
So
okay,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
speak with lots of people around the world.
To give people that whole practice experience of actually speaking with somebody who's a native of
Right,
a
right,
language they
right.
wanna. Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. And I had actually come from High Native. So High Native is what I use when I want someone to quickly answer my question. So High Native
Hmm.
is to ask natives, like it suggests, how you say something or how you structure a certain question or blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
And also was using they have rooms, but it's more like you watch a person stream. They didn't have interactive rooms, so where other people could talk. There wasn't a call. It was just
Ah,
one streamer and we were all watching them,
yeah,
like on
gotcha, gotcha.
Twitch
Yeah,
or YouTube or something like that, right?
gotcha.
It wasn't a room type thing where other people besides the person streaming or hosting could talk.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I I don't know what happened, but one day I went back to Hello Talk and I opened it and I saw, oh, they had this new feature, this open call. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And I started using some, and they're not bad, honestly. I like the open call feature, I have to say.
Okay.
It's nice. It's nice. Sometimes people are not talking about language or about learning, nothing. It's just be like wild and all kind of stuff is be happening. That's fine. That's fine. I can do things like that, I think that when you're learning a language, it's not needed to be all serious all the
Sometimes
time.
what you need is actual just conversation
Right.
that isn't like the basic questions that you might
Right,
learn
right,
or anything
right.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
when you're in school and you're learning a language, most of the time you're not going to be, not that it's not going to be fun, but it's not going to be very fun.
And most of the time,
Right?
it's just you versus a teacher, and
Exactly.
everybody else in your class is learning,
Yeah.
and they're the most helpful people that you can bounce the language
Exactly,
off of.
exactly. And what you're learning there as well sometimes is the textbook language.
Mm,
I think there are many things that I learned over time that actual native Japanese people do not say.
yes.
So when you say to them, sometimes they won't even tell you that that's not, because they're like polite, some of them, but some of them, the real ones, I want to say the real ones, will tell you no, we don't say this kind of thing. This is an awkward everyday
Uh
sentence.
huh.
You will only find this in text or writing like some essay or what have you,
Mm.
or in the newspaper.
Or it's like an archaic way to say
Exactly,
something.
exactly. Those people, I appreciate the honesty from people who will stop you and say, okay, I understand what you're trying to say, but this is how we say it in every day,
Hmm.
right?
That is
That's,
very useful.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, and whenever sometimes people say something, though, this is what I mean about the not being balanced. Sometimes no one corrects anyone.
Ah.
No one.
So they just let you just go down.
Yeah, yeah. They let you go along. And I don't know if that's people's way of being kind, but I don't want to. I think myself and many other people, not just learning Japanese, but any language, you don't want to continue to make mistakes. Of course,
Exactly. You're
it's
going to make
obvious that you're
mistakes.
gonna make mistakes as you go along the journey, right? But you don't think that something basic that you said is going to be there's going to be an issue with it when you speak with a person and they don't say anything, right,
Hmm.
to correct you. And I've been in rooms where I've just been listening, and sometimes I have to say maybe it's their I'll be nice nature or something. I really don't know what it is, because I think that sometimes English speakers, okay, so I have to say as well, sometimes English speakers don't correct either.
Ah, I got you.
But what do you think that is? Why do you think that is that a
Well,
person doesn't want to
when
try
it
to
comes,
correct
I mean,
someone?
because when it comes to language learning, like I've been also like figuring out that sometimes people know that you're struggling and they're not going to like superly oppressive with corrections with you. Some people just like, okay, I understand what they're trying to say,
Hmm.
right? And letting people know that that they're like getting closer or doing bad. Some people just don't care about like
Hmm.
interjecting that. It's because I at least like, understand what you're saying, and they'll be like probably more understanding. Be like, this person is learning the language. They probably got into a certain proficiency. It's not perfect, but they're not going to like be like auto correct like somebody like in the comments being like da 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 da. But as
Well, sometimes people are doing autocorrect in the comments, and
exactly.
that is helpful.
Exactly. Because
Truly.
it depends on the person. Not everybody's like that. So, but when you're talking about how you're in a room and it's for learning and stuff like that, you want that input from
Right,
your
right.
like person. I guess you could put like in the new room name or when you're starting to speak to people, like just tell them to be like, I'm going to say speak or whatever, but if you have any like interjections or anything that I'm saying, please correct me. You know, that
Right,
type of thing.
right.
Just
So,
let them know that you want like the feedback for what you're saying.
yeah. And that's why I won't say that Hello Talk is bad for that,
Uh huh.
but that's way soon after I seeked out other apps.
Hmm. How many of these are you even on?
Right now too,
Okay.
I'm using HiLocal as well.
Okay.
So HiLocal is also a language exchange app. It has the open call feature.
Hmm.
That's the main feature of it. However, it has lessons that any person from the
Oh.
language, like their teachers and
Hmm.
their lessons will be on a schedule, and you can join a lesson, and maybe it's pronunciation today or a conversation about I don't know. I remember last time the conversation was about what you watch on YouTube. That's
Okay.
the last one I was in. Things like that.
Very useful.
Right, exactly. So I am so glad that I found High Local. I have to be honest, because the lesson feature I love. In here, they're actual teachers
Oh,
who
okay.
will correct you. Do you understand?
Yes.
It's not just other people. I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm sure there are some teachers who use HelloTalk as well,
Hmm.
but I found that I needed I needed still structure
Mm-hmm.
while I was learning the language. So finding this and having a teacher who could tell me, okay, this is how you would say such and such a sentence,
Yes.
or is this what you're trying to say? Like this and blah blah blah, and help me. Oh, you use this word here, whatever. That was wonderful, wonderful for me. I love high local more. I do. I love high local more because of that. And the rooms, the rooms on high local are good as well. But again, sometimes you may find that the exchange may not be even.
Hmm.
But I found that it's fun. I have
It's
to say,
fun.
language learning overall is fun.
Hmm.
Except for those bad
You
experiences.
have had bad experiences on these apps.
Where do I start?
Is that bad?
I only joined High Local like maybe a month and 2 weeks ago,
Okay, very
but I
specific.
had to block. I had to block and report a couple people already
Yikes.
within that
What's the
period.
issue on High Local?
What is not the issue?
Oh,
So, okay, it's not like that. It's not that bad. And there are also people like that on.
any sort of site where
Exactly,
people
exactly.
voice and chat and stuff
Oh,
like
let
that.
me tell you an interesting thing. Let me tell you an interesting thing first. So, I remember I was in this room and this guy, I was just listening. He was talking to these other two and he was saying that the girls, they like try to pick him up or something, like by sending him hi in his private messages. They
What?
only send hi. And I laughed so hard. And I even when he said that, I even typed in hi in the comments, and I was like teasing as well because it's like, what is even hi? Hi can't do nothing, right? So it was just messing around, and he was like, yeah, yeah, he doesn't know what they think that they're doing. It's like, how do you get someone with a hi? You don't, right? There's nothing in it.
Are
And
they bots?
exactly, I wanted to know until I started to experience the same thing. I did not
Wait,
understand. People
really?
will just message you, hi. Just hi.
Just hi?
Just hi, Christopher. I'm not even joking. I have received hi a couple of times now, and I don't really know what to do from there. My reply is
Is
I
it?
started to say, hi there. That's
Do
my
people
reply to
respond?
hi. Sometimes they respond the generic, how are you doing? And I say, I'm fine. How are you? Right? But
What?
people just respond days after. So it's
Oh.
ridiculous, honestly. I don't send me hi in my messages is what I want to say. Hi, if you want to actually start a conversation with me and have an exchange, then send me a question.
Uh huh.
Send me from the beginning. Hi, I'm whoever I am,
Mm-hmm.
Bob Smith. I'm looking to learn whatever, whatever. Can you help me? Or
Can we have a conversation or
exactly.
exchange or whatever?
Something like that. Not just hi.
That's strange.
So you know what I started to do?
What?
I don't answer messages that say hi or hello. If that's the only thing that they say, then whatever. I ain't care. They ain't helpful to me.
Hi.
Hi. Exactly. It's what can I do with hi?
Oh, what can I do? Hi.
Nothing. And I laughed so hard when I heard that from him. I remember myself just laughing, laughing, laughing. I thought it was so hilarious. But then when I experienced it, it's like, this is real? This is dumb. This is dumb. What the heck? I just thought,
Maybe it's like people just don't know anything else, or is it bots? Because you said that they're replying like just like simple. They aren't asking for anything, and it's
no.
like they're not. That's strange.
I think, okay, so bots are definitely real.
On the
And you know
actual
that
app.
sometimes you can have multiple accounts as
Mm-hmm.
well. So some people like to troll.
People like to troll on the language learning app.
Yeah, it's not all just language learning. Sometimes it's just fun.
Ah, right, because of the chat rooms, you can set up any
Exactly,
chat room you
exactly.
want. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Why though?
about the trolling?
Why?
I don't know. I met this person, or this is a good story. Well, it's an okay story. I met this person. I won't say their name. Let's just call them A.
A.
If they ever heard this video, they know it's about them because their name begins with A. I'm not hiding it too much. So A, when I first went into a room on High Local and I was like talking, the first time that I
Mm-hmm.
was talking, when I realized that I'm the only native speaker and I kind of got caught and couldn't, leave or anything. Not that I wanted to leave, it was fun, but they were all like, "You're the only native speaker." And I looked around and was like, "Oh, okay." So I stayed and played. Um, but this person would just type out like, things to troll, different stuff that I would say.
Uh huh.
And I didn't hate that because sometimes when a person is playful, I
Uh
find
huh.
I find it playful
Uh huh.
sometimes,
Uh huh.
right? There's some things when you say some things that they go overboard.
Yeah.
But usually, whenever I would open a room after that or be in a room and the person saw me, they would come in and they would make jokes and we would have fun. They would never talk, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine because some people don't want to,
So
they're
they just
not.
want to listen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's fine. And I thought that we had a thing going. We had a bond going in our, whatever. We even exchanged private messages and we were talking and stuff like that. Friendly and nice and getting along, I thought.
Uh huh.
But then the last time that we were in a room together, I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. Someone said something, and I think that A typed a message there saying something, or maybe it was asking me a question.
Uh huh.
But I don't even know. I don't even remember what the question was about or anything. And then after, I guess the person, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what my response was. But it
What
couldn't have
happened?
been something serious.
Uh
Since
huh.
I'm not usually serious when I open rooms
Mm-hmm.
or if I go into a room, I don't expect to have like a super serious conversation, to be honest.
Mm.
Honestly. If I'm going into a room, sometimes I will try to learn and stuff and blah blah
But it's
blah.
more like conversation to
Exactly,
get
exactly. And I'm not being strict and I'm being really, like
super
easygoing.
cash.
Yeah,
Super
super
cash.
cash. So any response that I have given to most questions, as long as they weren't offensive,
Mm-hmm.
would have been something, funny as well.
Yeah.
Or just, well, whatever. But I don't know what happened after that. A sent me a message, a whole long message apologizing
Really?
for whatever. I don't know. I don't know. And then next thing you know, A's account is gone. I don't look. So this is something that I
What?
don't understand.
What
A
were they
may
apologizing?
think that I delete that I like blocked them or reported them for an inappropriate
Like joke
question or
or
something, but
something?
I wouldn't do that because I understand is humor. You understand? You get what I'm
Ah.
saying? Even if the question was funny, I wouldn't have reported the person. I wouldn't have reported A because I understand A.
So
We've
they
been
got
in enough rooms to
huh?
understand the personality of each
Yeah,
other,
yeah.
for this period of time. So I don't know if they got reported
Banned or
or
something.
if they deleted their account on their own because of a misunderstanding between us or whatever. But I was like, I tried to reply, but it was too late. The account was already gone, so I guess A would never see my reply. But it was like, I really don't remember the question that A asked,
And I don't
and
remember you being like rude or
yeah, yeah,
anything.
I
So
said I'm not. I think I said I wasn't upset or anything because I don't even remember being upset during that time. There's
uh
certain things that make you upset, but nothing at all from that
are there
room.
like chat logs of the room that you could go and check on and see exactly?
No, 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 because users can delete their
Okay.
and here's the thing. A is one of the person who goes back and deletes all of their comments. So So even if there were records, I wouldn't be able to see them. I'm sure
Okay.
that the company has them, in
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah,
data
yeah.
servers or whatever. But if you're hearing this, I didn't report you, and I really do think there was a misunderstanding.
Probably.
I said that in my message. I said I think there's a misunderstanding because I wasn't offended or thought anything of the question.
You don't even remember
I
what the
don't
question
exactly,
was.
exactly. After reading the question, I don't even remember it either. Honestly, honestly. So when I saw their
Kid was like,
thing, was like,
why you
what is
apologizing for
happening?
something?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even know what was going on, and but their account was already like disappeared, and I still have our chat history together,
Mm-hmm.
but that was just.
Rest in peace, A.
I
Whoever they
mean,
were.
A, return, A. You probably never will hear this, but I'm saying it to the universe. Return. You were my buddy. We used to hang out. It was fun. Let's do it again sometime. Anyhow,
Okay.
I feel like A created a new account.
Oh, that's good.
I think I know who it is as well, but I haven't seen them around. Anyway, there are other instances
Oh,
where what?
I remember this. You told me about some guy who disappeared, but you thought that he had like COVID and died.
So this one is different. This is way before. This is in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So I had stopped using, like, this is on Hello Talk. I had stopped using Hello Talk for a few years after that because I
Mm-hmm.
was like, my friend is dead. I commit him to the ground on my own, but I felt like it's true, you know? Anyway, so I believe that we met in 2018 or 2019 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we got along and we would talk every now and then.
Right, he
And
was
we
your
even,
conversation partner that you,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. The conversation partner that I would talk with the most as well.
Mm.
So we even got PUBG for our phones and we would play
I
together.
remember this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
You were
know
trying
what?
to
I
get me to
always
help
remember.
you.
No, he's trying to get me. He started it. He
Uh-huh.
started it first, but he was new, and then he was like, we should play it again. I was like, okay, fine. And I downloaded it, and we started playing it. And I will always remember that time. I was like trying to tell him under the tree, under the tree. It's so dumb. I don't know why he did not understand what I was saying. I was saying Kinoshita. Kinoshita de. Not Kinoshita. Kinoshita de. I was trying to tell him to go under the tree. No, was it that I was under the tree or that the guy was under the tree? Anyhow, we had to
Probably.
kill someone and they were attacking us, okay? And
Uh-huh.
I was either telling him I was under the tree or to go under the tree or to shoot someone under the tree. I don't even
I
remember
think
now.
that's probably why he was confused then.
Listen, I was confused too. Cause he's like, what? What? He was just trying to say it. He doesn't know what I'm saying, and it was funny though. Anyhow, we both died. The person coming over the hill killed us. That's what happened. Anyhow, so in 2020, after we had, lots of chats and played games together and stuff like that, he sends, because we would exchange voice messages as well
Mm-hmm.
every now and then. So he was sick in 2020. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, his voice was bad. It was not good at all.
mm-hmm.
And he said that he had to go to the hospital. So he went to the hospital and he came back. He came back and it was like a week or two. No, I had heard him after he came back like a few days and he said that they said that it wasn't COVID and that he
Uh-huh.
was fine and he just had to like take fluids or whatever and the medication that they gave him and blah blah blah. And I said, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" Because it did not sound good. Um he said, "Yeah, yeah, he's fine." But then I think I kept trying to. I know a week went by and I didn't hear after him at all, and then 2 weeks went by
Mm-hmm.
and I never heard from him after that because I remember sending a thing saying hey, his name is Yo. I'm just gonna say his name is Yo. So I sent a message saying, hey Yo, I haven't heard from you in a long time. How are you? Right? I sent that. I've never heard a
Got him back
reply.
reply.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And this is 2022 now.
Uh huh.
I told this story to some other people, and they were like, how he got amnesia from the COVID. And
He doesn't remember
yeah, he
now.
doesn't remember his info to get into his account or that he even had an account. And obviously, he's forgotten me, obviously. Um, but I don't think any of that is true. I think Yo got COVID and nakunata.
Ah,
Yeah.
rest in peace, yo. You will
Hmm.
forever be remembered by Kim.
Maybe I should call.
And see if he's still around.
Or
Have you checked on thing and see if he's ever like signed in since then?
he hasn't.
Oh,
I've checked.
hey, yeah, yeah. And this is a person that you were like constantly like in
Hmm,
contact
hmm.
with. I mean, you guys even like, played
Yeah, yeah,
games and
yeah. The
stuff.
people even said, "Oh, he lost
Ah,
his phone and couldn't remember his
I think he
name."
legitimately probably did die.
I know, I know. So at first I was like very concerned and worried, and I was certain that it was, but then after time passed, I was like, no, sometimes people stop using the app, because even before that I had stopped using Hello Talk for a while as
Hmm.
well, but not after I met him. I had been using it constantly
Yeah.
because there were other people on there that I was talking with as well
Hmm.
during like 2018, 2019. But before that, I had a period where I wasn't really doing anything on Hello Talk.
It reminds me of like the meme or joke where you're playing a like a MMO or whatever, right, with
Hmm.
your friends, and they'd be like, "Same time tomorrow, right?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, man. See you later." And then you see the thing last time signed in like 10 years ago or some shit like that, right?
Exactly, exactly. I actually have a thing after this, later after this. And the guy says same time. I say, yeah, same time. But who knows what could happen,
Yeah, I
right?
mean,
You
yeah.
never know. And sometimes we don't. I think most times though, most times with these kind of relationships, you don't like get to know the person's like their family and
Hmm.
things like that.
You don't know
So you
everything
don't
that's going on in the
know
background.
them. You're trying to get to know them, but you're also not trying to be like a creepy stalker person who wants to know where they live and their address, right? Although there are people like that.
Yes, they are.
Oh my gosh, I'll tell you a story that this guy told me. So I used to go into this guy's his voice room all the time, and he said that there was this girl, he would post things. He would
Hmm.
post all different things, different essays, I guess, and photos and different stuff. And she would like everything that he posted and comment something.
Oh
And
boy.
every time he opened a room, she would go in there, but she would always be trying to like find out where he was exactly.
Those are
um
called red flags, kinda.
yeah, yeah. She's all, it may sound at first, he said, like if she's like making a joke about where about the two of them and about asking where he lives and how they should get married and stuff.
Haha,
But
that's cute. Hmm.
then it got to be too much. It got to be too
Yeah, of
much
course it
and
would be.
really uncomfortable for him. And I say, yeah, you need to block that person or whatever. I think he said that he did. I was like, yeah, because sometimes when you're joking with a person, it's not uncomfortable as long as you feel comfortable, right?
Mm,
As as long as your level, you can go really high or low or however you want to put it with a person
yes.
in terms of stuff. But as long as the both of you are comfortable, or multiple people, as long as everyone is in agreement, sometimes it's fine. Things can even get out of hand, but everyone is still in agreement. You understand?
I got you.
But the moment that you start to feel uncomfortable, you may not even know what it is, but that's
Let's call your instinct kicking in
exactly,
and being like, this person is oddly specific and wanted to know where you live,
exactly.
what you look like, where you are,
Yeah.
and it's if you feel like some like it's the whole analogy thing that I remember like if you open an elevator, right, and
Hmm.
you see a single person in the elevator, and you decide to yourself that you don't, you back in your mind like, I don't want to be rude or anything. I get on the
Hmm.
elevator, but if your brain is screaming, "Don't get on the elevator," something about this feels sus.
Uh,
Don't get on the elevator. That's just your instinct kicking in. Like, let your instincts take control something. And if he's realizing that something with this person
yeah, yeah,
following me
yeah,
and stuff is making me feel uncomfortable,
yeah,
I'm going to block them.
yeah. I would too. Um, Speaking of stalkers, I have talked about that as well.
You have a
A
stalker?
store? No, no. Oh my God, I don't think so. I hope not. Oh my God, no, please. I really hope not. I
Oh,
don't think so though. Right?
okay.
Anyhow, so this girl, I always call her a girl, but she's not a girl. She's a lady. She's older than I am as well. So she started using it was High Local.
Hmm.
She started using High Local. We got to talk, and I really like her, and she's kind and so nice. And I remember we were in a room that I created this time. Some people came in and she was up there talking, and this other guy, we were all having a nice conversation. Don't remember what it was about, but obviously it was nice. Okay. My conversations are nice. All right. They don't get out of hand. Well, they don't get out of hand.
Got you.
Okay. Um, so we were talking, and then someone shared the room because you can share the voice room to like other people.
Hmm.
And it turns out that that person was the person who was stalking her, right? So she saw it, and the person had like her name as well, but it wasn't her. It was, well, a slightly different stylized name,
Uh
but
huh.
it wasn't her. But she realized that it was the person, and she said, okay, I gotta go now because this person is gonna, things are just gonna get wild, and I don't want anything bad to happen. So she said that she was gonna go.
Uh
And I
huh.
told her, no, 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 don't go. I said, if anything happened, we can beat them up. We can deal with them. Don't go. That's what I said to her. Don't go, stay. Let's try to have a good time. She obviously knew what was about to happen because she experienced it. Anyhow, so after the person shared the room,
Uh huh.
a whole bunch of people started to come in.
Okay.
And apparently, what the person does is not only do they share the room, but they also send inappropriate messages to
From
other
the to make
users
it look like
in
if a
her,
certain
yeah,
account
yeah,
or name.
impersonating her,
I
but it's not
see.
her. So when they come in, because they'll also change, they change their name, and they'll also change their photo and all of their like account information, like whatever is in like the summary and stuff like that
Hmm.
about her. They'll also change all of that and try to impersonate her. So when people come into the room, they'll think it's her if they don't look
If they
clearly,
don't
or,
look clearly,
and they never heard the other person either. So it'll seem like, oh, it's this
this
person.
person. I got you.
So people started coming in and they wanted to talk, right?
Hmm.
And during this time, another person, there were other people who shared the group, but let's say another person who was not in the room shared the room, and keep that in mind, okay?
Oh.
Another person shared the room. Among other people, another person shared the room.
Hmm.
Okay, so while these other people are coming in, they want to come up and they want to talk.
Hmm.
So I let up a few of them, but and I asked her, is it any of these people? She says, no, no, the person isn't any of these people or anything. By that time, I had already reported the person.
Yeah.
I reported the person that she said was impersonating her because I asked her if she had tried to report them, and she says whenever she tries to get a new account or change her stuff, they always find her.
Mm.
And I figure it has to be a person who listens only, but it could also be a person you talk to who has multiple accounts. So
Or
people
maybe like
are
a bot as
horrible.
well. Probably this person probably is running a bot to do this. Probably maybe
I
like
honestly
multiple
don't know
people.
if they're bots yet,
Mm.
but sometimes I make a joke saying, hey, hey, they're bots, but you never know,
You
right?
probably
Anyhow,
do have bots.
exactly. So the people keep coming in and they want to talk. I let up some of them to speak because I'm the owner at that time. And at that time I hadn't given the crown, because it's a crown, right? Our ownership to anyone else. And it's a
Gotcha.
good thing I did for later on as well. Um So I let up some people, and in the room, I feel like it's getting rambunctious because a whole bunch of people are just coming in, and they
Mm-hmm.
all want to come up to it's called the stage on High Local. Some people come up and they start talking and saying, "Oh, I received these messages and I want to share it with you guys." They want to share it in my room. Are you hearing me? They're saying that they'll screenshot it and send the messages to us, and how I should give them a crown and stuff like that. And I'm saying, okay, okay, everybody hold on. I try to, handle things. I said, have you received an inappropriate message? The people, some of them say yes. When they say yes, I said, have you reported the person? Go back to your messages and report the person.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you would do if you receive inappropriate messages, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. So all of them, almost all of them, except for like two or three, had said no, they didn't report the person yet. I'm like, well, go and do that. And then they're saying, no, but it's the people in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, no, no, no. And we tried to explain it that it wasn't the girl that was here.
Mm-hmm.
And also, going back to the room being shared again, it was shared by a guy who no one knows, but that guy or bot person is impersonating another
Person.
person in my room. So
I
the two people who I was
see.
talking with, they have stalkers who use their names and impersonate them
To
on this app.
call other people to into the room.
Yeah, and send them
Is it
inappropriate
just to
messages and stuff like that.
troll the rooms? Because I don't really get what
Probably.
you get out
I
of it.
don't get what you get out of it either,
Just
unless
messing with
it's
people.
one of those people who then comes in,
Mm.
you know,
Could it be
to
that
cause
they're
chaos.
sharing it to a group of people who all they do is like go and bug other people in like this type of. I don't know how you can. I
It's
don't.
like spamming
Yeah, it's like spamming,
to
but
just but to fill the room, I guess. By
I
people who whatever. But they came
seems.
in, and this is not the first time that the both of them experienced it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the guy, he was so upset.
Mm.
It has happened to the both of them before, and his personality type is to get upset quickly.
Yes.
This guy, and
And I mean, it
he
probably would be annoying to have it happen to
no,
every
no,
like
no.
room
His
you think.
personality by default, even when we're talking about other things, is to get upset quickly.
Gets hype.
He gets upset and he gets loud. I have to tell him, turn the volume down, okay? Keep it
Mm-hmm.
at a stable place. And he's like, oh, okay, okay, okay. But he still gets up there, like
Uh,
everything excites him or something. I don't know. Anyway, so it got to be a little too much to handle. So what I did is I sent everyone except the girl down to the listener area, because I sent the guy as well,
mm-hmm.
because he was livid. You hear me? He
Yeah.
was cussing and getting on Christopher in my room. You're not gonna cuss and get on badly in my room. You better
Mm-hmm.
believe that I didn't even kick him out, honestly. Here's what continued to happen. I tried to keep things. I told the story again, not the story, but I said, okay, the people in this room are not the ones that sent you guys messages. Please understand that they have stalkers, and you need to go back to the message to the user that sent it to you and report said user. It
Yes.
is not the people in this room. And some of them wouldn't believe. I don't know if they reported it.
I
Some of them
feel that it
left, and
might
some of
be.
them came back and said that they did.
Could it also be that people who were messaged or sent there are also working in
With the
with the
person.
person? Like there's some sort.
That's why I
Because I mean,
said.
there's
That's
always
why.
going to be
Listen.
weird troll groups
Exactly.
for just
That's
about
why I
anything.
said to her. That's why I said to her, is it any of these people?
Mm-hmm.
Because you better believe my finger hot on report. I'm ready.
Exactly. Because if they're like, it seems really weird to send a room and then all of a sudden all these people come in. Oh, I got this thing from these people in this room so readily. It feels very sus.
That didn't even end it at all, right? That didn't even end it. So a few other people that I knew who were like I want to call them my online friends. A was in there, and another like two people that I know, like no, because we had conversations multiple times, were
Mm-hmm.
in there. and some of them thought it was funny. But so this what happened. The guy who I sent down, who was previously talking, who I told you he gets like upset and he
Yeah.
was mad, he got in the message area. And Christopher, I never see my name. Well, it wasn't my name, but my profile name beside so many cuss words before.
Was he cursing you or he?
Yeah, yeah, he was cussing me. Okay,
Oh
um,
no.
multiple. I don't know how he types so quickly. Either he is a keyboard warrior. Very impressive his typing speed. You know, but
Oh my
wow,
god.
wow, wow. He was just cussing me. It was the F word all nonstop, just at me. Because at first, he was just cussing everybody who was coming in to
And
say
you're
that it was
like,
him.
and you just like had to be a diplomatic and send him down, and then he
Yeah, I
got
sent him
upset at
down
you.
before when he was talking because he was cussing while talking and
Mm.
he was getting loud and rambunctious and trying, he was trying to defend himself. I understand that. But if you cannot do it in a calm and civilized manner,
Everybody just think you just be the person.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's why even to the end, there was a guy, I can't remember his name, but he was like, "Are you sure it's not him?" I said, it's not him. It's not him. Because I know it's not him. You can see when the person shares the room and you
Hmm.
can see their name. You can even rethink to go back to the user.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's not him. They're two different accounts. It's not the girl either. Even though they try to fake, it's not them. You understand?
Strange.
But my name, Christopher, was but beside the F word and some others.
What the fuck, Kim? What are you doing? What the hell are you doing?
Yeah. And I was just like, wow, I cannot believe you right now. I did not even kick him out or anything
Kim
because
is
this is
like,
what happens.
let's put your
If you
nephew down
kick the
there.
person out of the room,
They can't come back.
they can't come back, but
Mm.
they also can't see the room. But I think that we all needed to be there for that moment. You
He
know what
needed
I
to
mean?
be there
I
for
could not
that.
kick him out. He needed to. We all needed to witness this. And while that was
Witness
happening,
this.
though, A would send me a private message telling me just kick him out. Just kick him out because things are going to get. No, they
Derailed.
sent me that before when it seemed like a lot of people was coming in,
Uh huh.
and I didn't want to do it. And then the A is like, okay, whatever, just do whatever you want. I didn't.
Should
I
have
wasn't
followed A
trying to just
advice.
do whatever I want,
Mm.
but I thought that I could just like
You could have
handle
calmed
this
the.
and keep it on the control, right?
Uh,
But
that's why the
then
ban button is there so that you can just instead of worrying about control, you
I didn't
just
even ban him. I
ban
wouldn't do
everybody.
that because I get his perspective. He's upset. He's trying to defend himself, and these people out here are accusing him.
Hmm.
And then when I wouldn't let him speak, he took to the comments and he was just gone mad. Okay?
Yeah.
I understand. I understand. I won't blame him for that moment because anybody could get upset trying to defend themselves.
Yes.
Okay? I know sometimes justice feels dead, but if he couldn't do it, like I said, in a proper,
And
calm,
plus,
civilized
you also
manner.
got to remember that this is probably not the first time he says that people have been doing this to him as well.
Exactly.
So he's
It's not the
probably.
first time for the both of
So it's
them.
like you never know. Maybe he just like broke it, just like God damn it
It's
again.
possible.
So
It's possible. In any case, what I did is that I said, okay, everyone, we're gonna close the room because things have gotten out of hand.
hmm.
Okay? I tried at the end, I still tried to be,
Just be civil.
exactly, exactly. If anyone needs to be civil, it's the host, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I said, okay, things got really bad here, and I don't appreciate what's going on in the comments. And they continue to go up. They continue to go up with my name and cuss words. Honestly, it was a bit hilarious that he wasn't talking, but he was like typing and he was like firing.
The man fighting for my life. Kim is laughing.
I wasn't laughing at that time though because I didn't like that he was behaving that way.
Mm.
Christopher, I swear there was more than like 30. I
Oh.
swear, I swear. Anyhow, so I said bye to everyone, and I apologize for this happening because it was my room again.
Hmm.
It was my room. I apologize, and I said I hope everyone has a better rest of their like evening, night, day, whatever. It was
Hmm.
fine. I received this message from this guy that I know. He was listening the entire time, and he says it was funny. Don't be sad.
It was
He
funny.
was one of the
Don't be
ones who
sad.
was laughing. He was like, the smiley face emoji with the crying tears. I love that one,
Yes.
right? He was using that each time things was happening in the room, like throughout the entire time, and especially when all of that was happening. I was like, it was so. I replied, it was so not funny. It really
It's
wasn't.
like that thing. Don't cry because it's over. Be happy that it happened.
Exactly. And like I said, I think it was a good happening for people to experience.
Mm-mm.
This is the dark side. It could be though. This is one of the other sides. This is something that can happen.
Even on a simple app as a language learning app,
Exactly.
people will
Exactly.
find a way to mess and troll with each other.
Exactly.
But it sounds like you're enjoying using them so far.
I would if I also didn't receive inappropriate messages.
Have you got an inappropriate message?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
From what about exactly? Are they like they want you to be your girlfriend or some weird shit like that?
Oh, nothing.
Because I
Well,
know,
actually, it was kind of like that, but it was very strange.
oh, because I know
What?
that well, even with voice, like voice chat and nothing else, people can get hooked onto a voice and be like, oh yeah, I need to talk to this person. And just like talking to somebody, people just get a little bit, weird.
I know some people's whole thing is the voice, right? That
Yes,
turns them on or whatever.
yes,
Um, you know what?
that a lot.
I don't know why though. If I don't even know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is why these people try to use the language learning apps for dating.
Ah.
And it wouldn't I wouldn't have a problem with it if we had gotten to a point in our friendship relationship where we were close and we talked about lots of things. But
Mm-hmm.
if that's the first message you're sending me after hearing me talk one time, it's like we barely have a conversation, right? Or I laugh at a joke that you tell or
Oh
something.
god,
You
this is
you
so
really
cringe.
think that I want to be all over you or something? Well, I don't even know you. Step off. It's like don't come into my private messages and be saying all kind of nasty shit.
Did you report this person?
Yeah, you better believe it. Report
Oh
button
my
is my
god.
best friend.
The report button is my best friend.
Yeah. I advise more people to
To
thing as
use
well
it.
because some people they'll just receive the message and they'll say oh they received it and they won't
No,
say
no,
anything.
no, 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 no.
I'm like
The report button's there for a bit for a reason.
do something. You remember that campaign? I think it still goes on. It was about how we say lots of stuff but we don't take any actions and it was
Yes.
called do something.
Yeah.
I always remember that when people always say things, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna this, or something happened to them but they didn't try to do anything to counteract or react or their reaction was actually just to lay down and die. I'm like, hello.
Do
There
something.
there are
Tools
there
at
are
your
tools
disposal.
exactly that we can use to help us counteract these types of people.
Hmm.
Yeah, they may know that it was you when they create another account, but hell, if that account come at you as well, report them.
Exactly.
It ain't hard. It ain't hard at all. Don't be scared. These is just people on the internet. The worst they could do is, well, I mean, there's a lot they could do. But
Well, there's a lot
okay,
that
there's a lot they could do. Like try to hack your account and
can.
find out where you are and but okay. Usually these things have security protocols that are not bad. Understand?
Just report the
So
person.
what I'm
Send a
exactly
reason
that's
for
what I'm
why they
saying.
did what they did.
Just report the person. It
Yeah.
ain't hard. You say why. You have to select a reason. Were they being, sent inappropriate messages? Were they, I don't know. There are other things, bullying, like cyberbullying, that kind of stuff. There
Mm-hmm.
are options that you select and then you type in a different thing. Okay? All kind of options, right? That they'll give you. You don't even have to fill in one of those options. Just tell the whole story about what happened. You understand?
Exactly.
The people will handle it. The support team will handle it. I
Mm-hmm.
think you don't need to be afraid of reporting the person, but I think some people are.
That's strange.
It's like we all strangers here. That's why. That's why to say in the room when I want someone to say to a secret or open up. We're all strangers. Just tell us everything.
Tell us everything, she
Yeah, yeah,
says.
yeah. Hilarious. Anyway, um,
So you enjoy using the language learning apps. It seems that you both have a lot of fun and weird stories from it.
yeah. Why are there weird
There are
stories?
going to always be weird stories when it comes to human interaction on anything. So
I guess so. It's like people are frustrating, but you love them still. That's more and more every day I learn that.
hmm, that is
Yeah.
the truth.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Is that it? Is that
I
all the
mean I have
stories?
lots of other stories, but I don't want to bore you.
I mean, you're not boring me. They're very entertaining, but I think we should wrap up. And we'll
Yeah.
probably revisit you at a later date when you're
I'll probably
more.
have more outrageous stories as well.
Yes. We hope you guys enjoys Kim's weird stories about her language app experience.
This is not to what is that word when you don't want to diss someone,
The
dissuade? Okay.
dissuade.
This is not to dissuade anyone from using the language learning apps. I'm sure they are helpful, truly. They are helpful. You learn things, you meet nice people. Of course, there are the outliers that aren't so great, but that's life.
That's any social interaction
Exactly,
on any media or
exactly.
anything like that. So
Um, yeah, so go out there and learn a language on the language learning app. Maybe you'll have a crazy story to tell. Actually, I'm sure that you won't have one crazy story to tell. You probably get someone in your private messages saying, hi, to you as well.
and at that point, I would like to say bye to
Bye.
everyone. I hope you guys have a good night.
Good night, everyone.